Hello my friends, and as always you are so welcome to my channel. Today I have finished my journal, and I'm going to show you how it ended up, and as always it got a little bit I got carried away, and it's a little bit chunky, but some of the things you can take out and change if you would like to, so I think it's okay, even if it's a little bit overdone. But I think it better it's more than less. So it has this little flip first. So this is a hard cover made from an old book, and covered in textile both on the inside and outside, with some eco-dyed textile that I have grunged up with some colors. And the flip is also a smaller book cover, so this is also a hard one. And it has this little top spot on the inside, so you can put something there if you would like to, with some rusty needles and monograms and flowers. And this is from, I think it's some kind of tablecloth. It's an old piece of textile that I have been using for years now, but I still love these flowers that are embroidered on the top. Linen under it, and I have embroidered pinkish stitches and French knots on it. And the same on the inside, on the real cover. Some embroidery and more of this beautiful old tablecloth. So when we open it up, we have a pinkish toned linen pocket, and most of the pockets are done on textile, so they are really strong and sturdy. Sewn and embroidered on, and I have put them in with my bookbinding glue. I get questions about the glue, and I buy it in 1 liters containers, and it's from Denmark, and it's called Dana glue, Dana lim in Swedish. So I don't think you can find it in United States, Germany or Australia, but you can use any bookbinding glue. The thing with bookbinding glue is that it's a little bit like rubber when it has dried, so it's really strong, but you still have this possibility to move it a little bit without getting cracks or that it would break. But it will break the paper rather than the glue, so when you have put it down, it will stay there forever. You can't change your mind. So that was the glue. This is an eco-dyed page that I did some years ago, and added pink and blue. I think it was brush show I used that time, and it turned out really nice. And I didn't want to cover it up, so I just did some color swatches on it and left it. We have a flip, and I have just put it down with a rusty paper clip, so it would stay in place while I was working. So looks like this, and you have some writing space, some color swatches, and an eco-dyed old botanical book page. Another botanical piece that is also eco-dyed on top of the printed, and this is beautiful to write on some notes or diary. This is a piece from a print on the jelly plate. So this is some real plants that I have used for making the pattern. Next page is with a pocket, and I have used antique embroidered lace on that. Painted my roses and done a little rip-off with old eco-dyed book page, and then glued it down and ripped it off, so we get this feeling that it's really old. More painting, and this is also colored and done with acrylic ink, but I did it on the glass mat, so I spread the color and pressed the paper down, and it made this beautiful pattern with it. Some painted color swatches and some stamps with swirls, and then I did a top spot with this textile page that is also painted, and it's a tutorial on these patterns that I made the other day, so you can check that out if you want. You have another textile pocket here with paper on top and lace, and I did this painting also in a tutorial with the circles, if I remember it right, so you can find that. The other part of the eco-dyed, no, the printed jelly printed paper, and also a textile pocket, and sewn on the sewing machine on it, and some stamps and painted, more of that painted paper I did. We have a smaller little tuck spot down here, and this all of these papers are originals, so they are old book pages from the 1800 that I have colored and eco-dyed. And then I have done some painting on top of them, so they have got a little bit color and pattern. More of that painted wallpaper print I did, and then this is a colored the same way. I put watercolor on a hard surface and press down the papers, and then after I have done that and they are dried, I cook them with plants so they get rough. So it's a lot of work with the papers, but it makes it so special. And we have the pocket down here. The next one is also textiles in different layers and old papers, paintings, and painted tea bag behind it. Embroidered and layered side pocket on top of another jelly printed paper. On this page I did a writing space with collaged old and painted paper. Blue color swatches, and this is colored tissue paper that I have put on top of a white page that is got a coat of matte medium. Another of these color printed pages, and my carved stamp that I have made, and then I have done a very thin light stamp and then put in other colors in it. Another page spread with jelly prints. Have some monograms on textile and color swatches, old book page and textile behind it all. Going back pink, and this is another little top spot. And then you have a little movable rounded other color swatch down here. And you can write or you can put a photo, you can do whatever you would like to, or decorate it with something else. Printed page, and then I have scribbled on it and made some watercolor paints. More jelly prints and decorated with paper that is colored and eco-dyed. We have some gold, we have some old book pages, we have a little father that I have painted on another old book page. So writing space, or maybe something where you want to put your own things. An old book spine, color swatch, and painted, printed paper, some old linen. Another type of that stamp I made, and this time I colored it with different browns instead. And this is a belly band, so you can put things behind it. The back of it is an old Swedish letter, and I printed that on white, so with my laser printer, so I could be able to paint on top of it. This is another flip, and you got a pocket with these splashed brown and black pages, an antique embroidery from a bed linen. One of the textile pockets I have been making, and one of the color swatches I did the other day. And I have put gesso on the back so you can write on top of it, so you can see it a bit clearly. And on the front of this I have used a watercolor painting that I didn't think was so fun. So it's a lot of color that is where I have used some granulation medium, so it's very rough in the colors. Another spine from a book, and it's put down with a 100% linen tablecloth, kind of a piece of this that I have used. So the back of that page is colored, and I have put down a little stamped, and I think it's eco-dyed, this textile. It's in different colors at least, so. And the other part of that print we had on the first page, one of the first pages, this one. So we have the other part of that botanical book with the eco-dyed leaves on it. And some green color swatches and a texted from 1945 or 43 maybe. And that was the end of the first signature. So you have the blueberries and you have the leaves and lingonberry leaves. So this is really beautiful. And the next is starting with a tea bag. This is big textile tea bags that I have bought on Amazon. So they have texture and feel a bit more like textile than paper. So I have put that on top of an old book and sewn around it. So you can see the old book page on the inside, 1814. And some decorations on top of that. And a pocket. An old photo that I have used as a pocket on this side. We have some lace down here. And I forgot to tell you that this lace hangs down so you can see it hanging out from the book. So the same with this one, it's seen outside when we close it. Another print and a belly band that I have watercolor painted, so this is original. So you can really feel the texture of both. This is my town where I live, and this is an old invoice, and this is from 1930. And then I have made a little watercolor scribble on it. Couple of writing space or play however you want pages. I have painted on them. And down here we have another little tuck spot, also with some color swatches I have done, and this is from an old choral book, church hymns, and I did a landscape journal in the spring last year, I think it was, where I used the pages and the cover for this one. Beautiful eco-dyed page, so I left that and just put some textile roses on it. And we have another old photo that is cooked, so you can't see so much of it anymore. But I like the texture and the feeling of it, so I left it. Couple of more play pages or writing space. Some laces and colored paper with scribbles on, and a stamp. And we have a eco-dyed textile with a monogram on it and a sewn painted piece of paper for decoration for those two pages. We have tea bag decorations with dried leaves in it. I did this as a tutorial last night, so you can go and watch that if you want to see more of how I made these transparent. You can use it as a pocket, or you can move it around. I have just put it down with a paper clip, so it's movable around if you want to play with it. The back of that beautiful eco-dyed page, I left that alone, so it would be usable for something else. textile eco-dyed page with stamps and paint and some playfulness on. And this is another piece from that coral book. Printed with the jelly plate, and I have used a tablecloth in plastic to I got this pattern. Or these small ones you put under your plate when you are eating. And it got this beautiful pattern. Some color swatches I have painted, and a piece of another spine from an old book. Lace done by my grandmother. She was meant to put this in between textile and use it as decoration on a curtain, but it was never used, and I have hoarded this for a while now, so I need to start using some small pieces of it and put it in my books. The other part of that old invoice from 1930, and eco-dyed, rust-dyed and stamped decoration on that. More of my roses, and another pocket. And this is eco-dyed linen and lace and old book page. Some pinkish again, and this is also a belly band. And this is also from a tablecloth. Then we have some lace behind it in pink and green. Half a little decoration doily, and behind that we have a pocket, so we can put things behind it. And when we flip that page, we have the other part of that doily, and the back of that front page on the second signature. And I have done this as a top spot, so you can put more things if you would like to take something with you and maybe do some work in nature or on a travel or something like that. So I did this closing seam binding just to keep it together, and this is the completed journal. So I hope you liked it, and I will ask my ladies I have in my waiting list for journals, but if they prefer to jump it, it will end up in my Etsy shop. And if you are interested in any journals, send me an email, and I will put you on my list for possible journals that you would like to own. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back soon again with some new projects. Have a nice evening. Bye bye from Sweden.